What's the range on these? Is it like
184 we advertise it at, 184.
Right.
Yeah, it does suit it, doesn't it?
That's how to do it. Hello, how's it going? Today we are making the rather wet and miserable journey down to our PDI Centre to check out what cars they've got at the moment. Now normally we always find some treasures, but I am particularly excited today. I think we're going to get some real good stuff today, because as of the day we film this, it's the 7th of March, so first full week in the UK's new registration week, or month rather. Let's make the journey, 30 minutes to go apparently. Let's get down there and let's see what they've got. Talk amongst yourselves while we drive down there. Let's get into it. Not a bad way to start the video. A little GTI. I think it's going to be the performance model, so it's slightly more power to it. Ibis white, free colour. Not a bad start, I don't think. Let's have a little look round. So this is one of the battery cars. We had about 300-400 GTIs, various colours, but all standard spec. So the only difference is some were solid paint, some were metallic. Other than that, completely standard cars. As you imagine, that deal went down an absolute storm. And what you're going to see here today, I think, is just a whole load of GTIs, which is not a bad thing. Secondly, we've got a Touareg R-Line, again in white. It's a big lump, isn't it?
I love this one in white.
I think it's a nice, in any colour to be honest with you. Probably prefer it in the black, you know.
I think
it's a big car to be white. Not sure about those wheels either.
Yeah, I see what you mean.
A little bit too small. I don't like the design of them either, really. Let's move on.
Let's move on.
Well, I thought it was a nice colour.
Yeah,
well,
yeah, I agree, yeah.
Bit hard to tell, because obviously we've got the protective cover here, which I think a lot of people do like about these videos, is you get to see the cars as they come from the factory, which, you know, most people won't see because they're just used to cars on the road or in the dealerships. Obviously this is how they come to us from the factory, with all this protective packaging on it, just to try and keep it secure in the long transit from Germany and Mexico some of these cars come from. So
very thoughtful, isn't it?
Very thoughtful, very good thing, yeah. A couple more GTIs. Tornado red and deep black. Like it in red. Tornado red, again I think that's a free colour as well. Deep black, that's a metallic. £700, something like that, £675. That's free. Not normally a big fan of red cars, I've said loads of times, but do quite like that in red. Works quite well with the red brake calipers as well.
It does work, that, doesn't it? Let's have a look. Yeah, it does suit it, doesn't it?
And what we said a few times as well, so we're going around and seeing lots of different cars. If there's a particular car you want us to get, actually have it for a little while and do a full review on it and talk about the vehicle, drop a comment. We're talking Audi, VW, that sort of vehicle. Nice to get a Lambo. Don't think it's going to happen, so yeah, Audi, Volkswagen, Seat, something like that. Drop a comment and we'll see if we can get it. Now here's two cars which are really popular and I think are really ugly. Just no appetite for the car or for the Land Rover product in any way, shape or form. That's my personal opinion. Let's get that out there. Look at those wheels.
Ooh, not great, are they?
There's nothing good about that car, in my personal opinion. I mean, look at the Tiguan next to it. Which is the better looking car?
It's got to be the Tiguan.
It's the Tiguan. All day long. In fact, let's go one step further. Let's, you know, exterior wise, I think really, there can't be many people who are going to say the Land Rover over the Tiguan. But let's look inside and see the big differences I think between these two cars.
Let's do it.
Right. What I am seeing here is quite a bit of plastic. My phone screen is bigger than that display.
Yeah, not huge, is it?
I'm not a big fan of the steering wheel colour either. Now let's compare.
A little bit nicer, isn't it?
It's a little. That's how to do it. Next up, really nice car. Doesn't get a lot of love, to be fair, and I'm not sure why. Well, I think I know why. It's the Arteon. It's a great car. I think it's good looking on the outside. The spec on it's amazing. Drives quite nicely. I think it's just a bit boring. That's what people don't tend to get too excited about. It's not, hasn't got that, but for value for money, he knows what I'm talking about. You can't go too far wrong with the Arteon. R-line as well. Beautiful set of alloy wheels on it.
I think they're the nicest alloys we've seen so far.
Today, yeah. Yeah, definitely. The only thing I don't like about it is the inside. The inside's really nice, but we've got an analogue clock in there for some bizarre reason. I think the only thing I can think of is somewhere in Volkswagen Germany, they were doing a bit of a clear out stock take and they found a massive container full of analogue clocks from like the 90s. An A3S line, sportback. Again, doesn't get much love, but it is a really good car. I'm not sure on the alloys, but they're alright. They're alright.
I like them, they're not too bad.
Nice bit of privacy. And hopefully we're not going to have that pop-up display. Yeah, the multimedia display pops up.
Yeah, the MMI screen.
Yeah, it just bugs me that. Still got it in this one, but good little car. So you said you thought these were the nicest wheels we've seen so far.
So far, yeah.
2 contenders for you.
Okay.
So you've got the A4 Avant wheels there. It's a black edition, I think
so. Very nice.
They're the titanium finish alloys. And then we've got an A4, again black edition. Which ones do you think are the more popular?
I personally think it's these, in my opinion.
Yeah, you're right. I mean, you're getting a lot more requests for those wheels, but the reason I think it is because they are quite sort of standard wheels on the kind of default wheels, if you like. So most A4 black editions have those wheels, so you just tend to see more of them on the road. So those just make it a little bit different, just mix it up a little bit. I probably prefer the rotor, titanium rotors, personally, but I'm not arguing with them. If it came with those, happy days.
I'd have these personally. Yeah. I would definitely have these.
Told you we see a lot of GTIs today. Another one, Atlantic blue, nice colour. Yes or no?
I like it.
Different, definitely different. I think if it was me, I'd just go for the white. I'm not sure I'd pay the money for that.
Blue is an optional extra.
It is, yeah, it's metallic, so it's like £7, something like that. So
yeah.
A VW e-Golf.
Love it.
So 100% electric. What's the range on these? Is it like
184 we advertise it at, 184.
Right, so that's VW's, say 184, so realistically 150?
Give or take, yeah.
You'd say? We were talking about this on the way up, weren't we, about, what did you call it, range anxiety. Now, a lot of people say, like, 150 miles, that's not enough, but if you actually sit down, the vast majority of people break down their driving, like 90% of their driving, they're not going to be doing more than 150 miles in one sitting. Most people's commute is something like 20 miles total. Yeah. Something like that, I think. So one of these would be more than adequate. You tend to hear the people throw the excuse, well, what I have done before is sometimes we go to Cornwall on a family holiday, and that's like 400 miles. Like, you do it once a year maximum. Yeah. So you're letting that one journey you might or might not do in a year dictate your buying habits. It's just like, it doesn't make sense. Now, what does make sense is these are a lot more expensive than their petrol or diesel counterparts, and that's what's got to change. Once these come in line, or there's not as much of a price jump to go for an e-Golf as it is for a diesel Golf, then that's when it gets a little bit more interesting, and you can have a bit more of a serious conversation as to whether or not you're going to go for an electric car or not. Have a look at the interior, and let's see, really it should just be the same as a standard standard Golf. I'd love to have one of these though because my commute just over 70 odd miles. So I mean, again, I could do that. I mean, charge it up at night, next day, I'm good. See, today might be a bit of a challenge because I drove 35 miles to work, and then I've drove 40 miles here, and then I've got to drive 40 miles back to work, and then I've got to drive 35 miles back home. So then it's like, you know, I'll probably have to stop at some point and have to give it a little bit of a top up. So yeah, I'd love to have one for a week just to get an experience of what it's like to live with one for that period of time, doing some like, you know, fairly higher than average miles really. So yeah, someone needs to hook us up, don't they?
Let's make it happen.
Yeah. So from one rare beast to another, the Golf R, what, a 3-door? Don't see those very often.
You don't, naturally, no, come to think of it.
So, and those wheels, Pretoria alloys black, I think they're the Pretoria alloys black. Does nothing for me, a 3-door car, really. Just inconvenient.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that looks weird. Really weird. Probably because you don't see them that often.
That's true.
Big lumpy Audi A8 with wheels that are far too small for it. But we've had the A8 before. And that's just the deal with the A8. The wheels just they're not big enough. To upgrade the wheels, I think on an A8, it's like £3,000 just to go up from the standard ones to the bigger ones. And then you got to put, I think you have to put like adaptive air suspension on them as well. So it just gets like crazy expensive. But when we had that A8, it was a car that you sit in the back of and not in the front of. I think it's all about the comfort of that car. What do you think of these little Aronas?
I did get up and close and personal with one a good couple of months ago, and I do like them, if I'm being honest, but I was a bit let down by the interior. It did seem a bit plain and boring.
The gripe I've got with all Seats is, it's not a gripe, it's just the reality of the situation. They look, on the outside, they look nice.
They do look good on the outside, yeah.
Especially the Leons, like the FR models and the Cupras. They look, on the exterior looks really nice, but the inside is just a little bit on the plastic side. It's just the interior is just a little bit more plasticky and cheap.
Yeah.
Still really good, still a really good car. But I would say that interior is nicer than those Discoveries back there.
Definitely, 100%.
Maybe we're going to prove a point here. Talk about that Seat Arona and the exterior looking really nice, but the interior just kind of not quite there. Two examples here actually, looking at it. So we've got the Leon Sport Tourer FR, Leon Cupra. So like that's like top of the range. That's the flagship one right there. And you can see exterior wise, that's a stunning looking car.
It looks great, doesn't it? I'd have that.
Really beautiful car. Nice line. I like that gold badge. Or like, is it gold bronze? Bronze, I'd say.
Yeah, I see what you mean. I do like that.
I mean, when you get up close and personal, it's actually a bit, it's like cheap, but it looks good. The wheels are nice. You need to go and have a look at the inside and see. Is this the flagship one? Is this a bit plasticky as well? I'm happy with that.
You happy?
That's really nice, yeah.
It's decent, I like it. It's a shame we can't get a good spec of the seats, unfortunately, but I do like that.
Oh, a bit of suede on there.
Ooh, not bad.
Look at the detailing on the kick plate there.
Ooh, I like it.
The kick plate? I don't know.
I'm not sure what it's called, but I do like that.
You know what I meant, didn't
Yeah.
you? You pointed the camera in the right direction. Very nice. Let's look at the FR now. FR is quite high spec if you not know unaware on the it's giving nowhere near as good as that one.
Oh, is it locked?
Oh, what?
Oh.
You're from Liverpool, you're not. Trust me, it's a bit more plasticky. Still, it's still a nice car, and you still get a lot of spec. It looks great, it's just, yeah, it's not like the VW Audi finish, but the Seat Arona, so it's like the Seat version of the VW Tiguan. And again, you know, Seat's really good brand of cars. it is just an Audi or Volkswagen, just with slightly different packaging on. And a lot of time you can get some really, really cheap deals on them, lease-wise. And when you get up to this level, there's not a lot of difference, really. Nice car.
Not bad, is it?
I think they're alright. I mean, the wheels, less said about them, the better.
Yeah, I'm with you on that one, Dave.
So guys, that kind of wraps up our walk round of the PDI Centre again. Keep asking us to come back here, do more of these, so we keep doing it. Well, as I said at the top of the video, if there's cars you want us to get, or a video you want us to do, drop us a comment below, and we'll try and make it happen. So thanks for watching, hope you enjoyed this. If you have, give us a like, share, subscribe, all that sort of business, and we'll see you again very soon.